YouTube, welcome back to another episode of K-Dub Palace. I'm your host K-Dub, and today we're going to speak on the Golden State Warriors. Now, I'm gonna say this first, right? So the Golden State Warriors. First of all, I've never been a Warriors fan in my life, but lately, I don't know. I've been rooting for Jimmy for some reason. I've always rooted for Jimmy for some reason. Um, I'm rooting for him on this Warriors team. I actually want him to get a chip. Kinda. And the reason why I say kinda is because he plays for the Warriors. I don't want to say would it be good for basketball if the Warriors won a championship this year? Yes. Do I personally want to see it? Not really. I'd rather see LeBron. I'd rather see KD or LeBron get their ring before Curry again. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, back to Golden State. Salute to Steph Curry. I think the Warriors are 13-2 since the Jimmy Butler trade, and Steph Curry has been playing very well. Even though his numbers might not seem like they're crazy out of bounds, but um, he's been scoring. He's been scoring. They've been playing well as a team. Jimmy fits. Now, the thing is, when Kaminga comes back, how's that going to look? I don't know if Kaminga is back or not. I don't know if Kaminga is back is back or not. I'm about to check right now. So Kaminga, yeah, he's still out. He's still out. Um, so Kaminga's supposed to come back this week. So we'll see what happens with that. But I think Steph Curry moved up to 25,000 points all the time. So shout out to Steph Curry for that. And he's also made some headlines. Um, Curry he's accepted a assistant general manager role at Davidson College. That's the college that he went to and went into the draft with. So shout out to Steph Curry for that. You know, after basketball, he'll have something to lean on. Obviously, with like his brand and just him being Steph Curry in general, he'll always have a job after basketball. But like with this coming out, you know, shout out to Steph Curry. If you guys don't know, he was that guy at Davidson back in '09. Um, the way he's playing now, he played at Davidson, probably not to this magnitude, but he played just like this at Davidson. This is Y'all have never heard me speak this well about Steph Curry, but we're going to do it today. Now, as you get older, you kind of start to turn a new leaf a little bit. You know, you don't really take everything too personal. Steph Curry has hurt me a lot these last like 10 years. You know what I mean? Especially the first like 6 years for sure of his era, earlier of his era. So but shout out to Steph Curry though. Shout out to Steph Curry. Well, let's go through the stats. Jimmy Butler, 13-2 since he's been there. Um, they're the sixth seed right now. I think they're 3 or 4 games from the fifth seed. Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. I think Golden State they have a chance to go to, I'm gonna say, second round. I don't think they'll reach the conference finals. It's possible. If they're healthy, it's possible. Um, I feel like they might run into teams like OKC, the Nuggets. You got the Lakers if they're healthy. Yeah, them teams. We don't know. We don't know how Memphis and Houston are going to be moving forward. They might cause some kind of disruption. With the young energy. Um, you also got Minnesota. You know, the Timberwolves are starting to play well. Even with Randall in the lineup, you know they're starting to play well. If you look at if you look at the standings for the Western Conference, the Timberwolves, the Timberwolves, and the Warriors have been on a 5 game win streak together. And then you also have the Clippers. You know, you got the Clippers, but I mean, but you can't you definitely can't sleep on the Timberwolves. No, they still got Ant. You know, they still have talent over there. You know, the Rockets, obviously them, but you know, everybody else is not really. Everybody else is not really that important. But if the playoffs started today, the Warriors would play. They would play the Lakers in the first round. That would be a great matchup. Um, you know, anytime the Lakers and Warriors square off, like the ratings always go up for the NBA. You know, when they play together, play against each other. So I mean, we'll see. I mean, if playoffs started today, OKC would play the Clippers in the first round, and then the Nuggets would play the Timberwolves in the first round. And I might have the Nuggets beating. I for sure how Jokic is playing. I think this year I can see the Nuggets beating the Timberwolves in 7 games. I can see the Lakers beating the Warriors in 6 games. Um, in my opinion, um, if the playoffs started today in the West, the Rockets will play the Grizzlies. I got Memphis winning that. Yeah, I got Memphis winning that. Yeah, because nobody on that team can guard Ja. And then, you know, I just feel like Houston has a lot of um, Houston has more depth than Houston has more depth than Memphis has more depth than Houston. As far as like their bench, they can go 13, 14 in their bench. The Rockets can go like 10, probably not even 10, probably like 9. Because off their bench, I think Jabari's come off the bench now with Amen, even though Amen is hurt now with the ankle injury, but I think Jabari was coming off the bench. So, I mean, you got one of them, you got Jabari, Amen coming off the bench, one of them coming off the bench. Then you got Ken Whitmore, Tari Eason, and that's about it. That's 3 guys off the bench that can, you know, yeah, you got Reed Shepard, but he hasn't been getting any minutes. He's been in G League. So, I mean, who knows? But yeah, man, I think the Warriors have a chance. I mean, they have Steph Curry. As long as Steph Curry's on your team, and they're still playing the right style, and then they got Buddy Hield is a very underrated pickup. He's a lethal shooter. He's just as good as Klay Thompson, even though Klay is better than Buddy Hield, obviously. But Buddy Hield is not a bad replacement for Klay Thompson. He's a lethal shooter. He's scary from the three. That's just what it is. I don't know why they be having Buddy Hield come off the bench. I think he should start next to Curry. You know, I think it should be Steph Curry, Buddy Hield, Jimmy. I think right now you bring Kuminga off the bench just because the chemistry has been good with Draymond in the lineup next to Jimmy. And then the big man, I mean, they had the Davis dude, but I think they still need a big man regardless. They definitely need a big man. Hell, I mean, y'all start with Kevin Looney. I mean, but I could tell they need some athleticism at that center spot. And I don't know. I mean, they had a chance to go get like a Robert Williams and, you know, a Vucevic, someone who can kind of stretch and, you know, do what they do. But I guess they had other plans, and they went after Jimmy, which was probably a better choice as far as right now. Um, if the Warriors would have got KD, would they be the same? In my opinion, I think KD. I feel like they would have been 13-2 with KD as well because KD doesn't need the ball. You know, clearly Jimmy's showing that he doesn't need the ball either. So I think they would have been even better with KD. But that's my opinion. I'm a KD fan, so obviously my opinion is it's a little bit different. But yeah, that's what I think. Yeah, but shout out to Golden State. Shout out to Golden State. They're doing some great things down there, and yeah, I mean, the Warriors definitely have a chance to advance kind of pretty far in the playoffs. I know last night they played the Blazers. Jimmy had a triple double, 15, 10, and 10. Gary Payton, he went off in the first half. He had 16 in the first half, and then he finished the game with 26 points. He was 11 for 16 from the field, 4 for 6 from three. He was cooking. Had 26. Yeah, man, it was a great game. All in all, it was a great game. As far as Steph Curry, what he had in that game, I mean, Steph Curry had 24 points. Most Moody had 20. Draymond had 4, 7, and 4. But off the bench, I mean, Buddy Hill had 20 and 7 off the bench with 2 steals. Yeah, Gary Payton off the bench had 26, so the bench definitely stepped up. But they have players over there. You know, I think before the trade, I said having Dennis Schroeder on the Warriors playing next to Steph Curry was kind of similar to. It was kind of similar to when D'Angelo Russell was on Golden State. It got that. It was that vibe. It was that kind of energy back. You know. I'm not saying D'Lo and Dennis Schroeder are the same player, but it was a very similar identity, a very similar role when D'Lo was on the Warriors playing with Steph Curry. You didn't really know how to use D'Lo. And then when Curry got hurt, that's when they started losing. But D'Lo went on this crazy stretch with 40, 50 points, a game. But you always knew that D'Lo wasn't going to be a part of their future. It was like a temporary move. And same thing with Dennis Schroeder. Dennis Schroeder was not a long-term move. It was a temporary move. And I just think with Dennis Schroeder, he doesn't fit with the only winning team Dennis Schroeder fit with was the Lakers 2 years ago when they went to the second round against the Warriors. No, when they went to the conference finals against that year. No. Was it that year when Dennis Schroeder was on the Lakers? It was 1 year. Yeah, it was that year. 2 years ago when they played Golden State. Dennis Schroeder was one of the reasons why the Lakers were able to beat the Warriors because of how he defended Steph Curry. And I just think there's certain teams he fits on. And I think Dennis Schroeder fit was with the Lakers. The second time around. The first time around, no. Didn't know. The second time around, he proved himself. But he got real dumb when it came to the money he didn't want. It was a certain amount of bread that he wanted, that he thought he deserved, and then he ended up going to the Lakers or something like that. I mean, no, he went to the Celtics and it didn't really pan out the way he wanted to. So yeah, there's certain teams that Dennis Schroeder fits on, and it's not really like championship. Well, it is championship teams, but it's certain ones he would probably fit on. Like right now, he fits on the Pistons right now. He come off the bench, he can carry the second unit, he fits that. But yeah, going back to Golden State, it's very interesting to see them how they were at the beginning of the season. They were losing crazy. They were talking about getting LeBron, getting KD, trading Steph Curry, trading Kuminga. It was, trading Draymond, It was a lot of crazy rumors. There was some locker room issues, going on. You know, um, you know, it was a lot of locker room issues going on. Dennis Schroeder and the Warriors, and like you were just hearing some stuff. Steve Kerr was saying certain stuff. You can see the frustrations on the team. Then you make a move for Jimmy, and then like there's a new energy, a new shift in the team now, and you see it. You know, um, Jimmy he's looked really really happy. You know what I mean? So happy to the point where I might be getting a Jimmy Butler Warriors jersey. I always wanted a Jimmy jersey. In Miami, I wanted a Jimmy jersey. But I think I might get a Golden State Jimmy jersey. I need a Jimmy one, and I need an Ant-Man jersey. I need those. So, yeah. Shout out to the Warriors. I'm proud. I'm happy for Jimmy. Not gonna lie. Like I said, I've always rooted for Jimmy in the playoffs in the East when he played for Miami. I always wanted Jimmy to get a ring. I liked that Miami Heat team for a while, but yeah, man, I'm a big Jimmy fan. I just like the way he plays. You know what I mean? I like the way he plays. You know what I mean? So yeah, but that's gonna end this episode. Oh no, before we end, we gotta talk about the Lakers and Nets. So the Lakers lost to Brooklyn yesterday by 3. No LeBron. Luka had a triple double, I think. They lost 111 to 108. And where's the game? Okay, yeah. So the game is right here. So Luka had 22, 12, and 12. Austin Reeves had 17 and 10, and Gabe Vincent had 24. Dog Connect had 19. So the Lakers were pretty banged up yesterday. They didn't really have their players. Man, Alex Len had 0 points, 2 rebounds. On the Brooklyn side, I mean, it was a tough loss for them. They lost, but by Luka had a chance to tie it. Didn't go through. The Lakers are 0-2 since the Braun injury has happened. They've been 0-2. I think their next game I think is Thursday. They play the Bucks. They play the Bucks Thursday. I just think they definitely have to get healthy. They just have to get healthy. That's all I gotta say with the Lakers. They got the Bucks, they got the Clippers. I seen the Nuggets. They got a crazy 8-game schedule coming up. They had the Celtics loss. Brooklyn should have been a win, but the Lakers they'll have a tough schedule going forward without LeBron and Luka. This is Luka's first time without LeBron playing for the Lakers. They definitely gonna have to figure that out. But yeah, man, we'll see how the Lakers shape up going forward. Hopefully, Luka can turn it on even more going forward. But the Memphis Grizzlies and Suns played yesterday. My favorite matchup. I don't know why. KD was going at a lot of people. KD was going at a lot of the Memphis players. Some people in the crowd. Him and Desmond Bain got into it. Nick Richards knocked out Wells with a hard screen. Man, I'm not gonna lie, he knocked him out cold. He didn't return. Then Nick Richards did another play. He did another play. He got teed up, and it was a lot of back and forth. Memphis got a little point guard named Spencer. He was going at KD a few times, and the last time he went at KD had enough, and he got in his face, and then Desmond Bain came in, and then him and KD they locked foreheads, and they were talking junk to each other, and it was real in Memphis yesterday. But Ja and them got the dub. Yesterday. Um, so the Grizzlies won by 120, 118. No Bradley Beal. He should have got traded, but D Book had 26, 9 rebounds, 6 assists. KD had 35. But John had 29 and 12, and Desmond Bain had 10 points. No Jaren Jackson, no Zach Edey. Oh yeah, man, they had some injuries. Um, so yeah, man. But shout out to Memphis. I mean, Memphis is holding it down, and Ja has been on a tear. Ja has been on a tear. MVP candidate. If he didn't get hurt, I would say yes. If he had these numbers leading up to the season, didn't get hurt and he didn't get hurt as much, I would have Ja in the MVP conversation, especially where the Grizzlies are in the standings. I mean, they're not 2 no more, they're 4, but they're still in the top 5. I think Ja would have been in there, if he wasn't injured. But yeah, watch out for Memphis for sure. But yeah, man, that's going to conclude this episode. Like I said, shout out to Steph Curry, um, with the Davidson accomplishment. Shout out to Ja Morant. With that, shout out to Stephen A. Smith. He's going to be on Gil's Arena. He signed a $100 million contract for 5 years. In the midst of all the LeBron stuff going on, honestly, you want LeBron to get healthy, and then my guy, KD, Kevin Durant, man, he's scoring out of his mind, but they've been losing, and you can just tell it's draining. So hopefully, man, he's in a better situation. The Suns on the 4-game losing streak right now. So hopefully they can get out of that. Obviously, yesterday we had the OKC and the Nuggets. The Nuggets beat OKC yesterday. Jokic is just different, man. Jokic is different. So yeah, Jokic had 35 and 18 and 8. Russ has 16 points. He returned to OKC last night. He had 16 and 7. Other fans have welcomed back Russ with open arms. But Jamal Murray had 34. Jamal Murray and Jokic were combined for 69 points. I think Jamal Murray's back, y'all. So on OKC, I mean, Shea had 25, 7. I think that's one of his lowest scoring he's had in a while, which is crazy to see. He's been on a 30-point game tear, and he's been dropping 40 and 50, so it's crazy. He's been on a crazy tear. But but Jalen Williams, man, he didn't really shoot the ball well. He didn't really shoot as much. He only had 12 points. Hartenstein had 20. Chet was 3 for 11, 0 for 5 from 3. Chet definitely struggled in this game, so I'm not really all the way comfortable with OKC going deep in the playoffs. Like I said, yesterday it just showed that nobody can guard Jokic. There's no answer for him, and that's why Shea is still my MVP, but nobody can guard Jokic though. Like it's like how like it's crazy. I don't got no words. Shout out to Jokic. I think he's probably the top 5 big all time now. Like he's putting up 2K numbers. Like he's putting up 30, 20, and 20. Like I've never seen Russ put up 30, 20, 20. Now I've seen Russ do 20, 20, and 20 because of Nipsey Hussle, R.I.P. Nipsey. I've seen Russ go for 20, 20, and 20, but not 30, 20, and 20. Come on. Oh my God. But that's going to conclude this episode of K-Dub Palace. I'm your host, K-Dub. And I'm going to see y'all in the next episode. Tonight we have the Bucks and Pacers and TNT. Yeah, that's about it. It's no other game. No other games that's really important. Yeah. So Bucks Pacers on TNT. Damian Giannis versus, I think Tyrese is playing. So yeah. So this has been another episode of K-Dub Palace. I'm your host K-Dub, and we gone.